The street lights flickered weakly against the fog that had rolled into the city, casting long, uncertain shadows on the deserted streets. Olivia walked briskly, her coat pulled tightly around her, the chill biting at her fingers. She had been waiting all day for this moment, a promise made long ago that had haunted her nights and filled her days with restless anticipation. It was a promise from Nathan, the man who had been her closest friend, her confidant, and, secretly, the love she had never dared to confess. Years ago, under a canopy of stars in the quiet of the countryside, he had made a promise. "No matter where life takes us, Olivia, I'll always find my way back to you." Tonight, she was determined to see if he would keep it. Her steps echoed through the empty streets as memories flooded her mind, shared laughter, whispered secrets, stolen glances. Life had separated them, distance and circumstance forcing them apart, yet the promise had lingered, a fragile thread connecting their hearts across time. At the old bridge where they had first shared that night under the stars, Olivia stopped. Her breath came in shallow bursts, partly from the cold, partly from the anticipation. And then, from the shadows, a figure emerged, moving toward her with familiar confidence. "Nathan," she whispered, her voice trembling. "Olivia," he said softly, a smile breaking through the darkness. "I told you I'd come back." The rain began to fall lightly, coating the bridge in glistening silver. In that moment, the world seemed to disappear, leaving only the two of them and the promise that had endured through years of separation. And as they stood facing each other, the weight of unspoken feelings and lingering memories pressed against their hearts, heavy yet comforting, a reminder that some promises are never broken. The rain picked up, drumming gently against the bridge as Olivia and Nathan stood in silence, letting the moment sink in. Years had passed, yet the familiarity between them was undeniable, like a river that had been diverted but always found its way back to the same path. Nathan reached out slowly, his hand brushing against hers. "You've changed," he said softly, a hint of wonder in his voice. Olivia looked down at their touching hands, then back into his eyes. "Not as much as I thought. Some things, some feelings, they never really leave." He nodded, a faint smile playing on his lips. "I kept hoping you'd still be here." "That promise, it wasn't just words. I meant it, Olivia. No matter how far apart we were, I always carried you with me." Tears welled in her eyes. "I carried you too. Every day. Every night. I tried to move on, to let life happen without you, but every choice I made seemed incomplete, like a part of me was missing." Nathan stepped closer, closing the small distance between them. "Then let's stop pretending the years apart erased anything. They didn't. They only made this moment more real." Olivia's heart pounded in her chest. She had dreamed of this reunion countless times, imagining his smile, his voice, the warmth of his presence, but reality was far more overwhelming than any fantasy. "I don't want to waste another day, Nathan," she whispered, her voice trembling. "I want us. Here. Now." He cupped her face gently, his thumb brushing away a stray tear. "Then we'll start now. No fear, no regrets. Just us, and the promise that brought us back together." The rain continued to fall, wrapping them in a curtain of silver, as if the world itself was witnessing their reunion. For the first time in years, Olivia felt a sense of peace, and a thrilling anticipation, because some promises, once made, were too strong to ever be broken. The rain had slowed to a soft drizzle, leaving the bridge glistening under the dim glow of the streetlights. Olivia and Nathan lingered, reluctant to let the night end, as if the world outside this small space had no claim on them. Nathan gently took Olivia's hand, intertwining their fingers. "Do you remember that night?" he asked softly, his eyes searching hers. "When I made you that promise under the stars?" Olivia smiled, the memory flooding back. "I remember. I thought I'd never forget it, even when I tried to. I would lie awake at night, thinking about whether you were keeping it, whether you'd come back. I did, he said quietly, a warmth in his gaze. I thought about you every day. I wondered if you'd moved on, if life had taken you somewhere I couldn't reach. But here you are, and I don't plan on letting you go again. A chill ran down Olivia's spine, not from the night air, but from the intensity of the moment. She stepped closer, letting her forehead rest gently against his chest. Nathan. I've missed this. I've missed you. I've missed us. He wrapped his arms around her, pulling her closer, as if trying to make up for all the lost time. And now you have me, he murmured. No more waiting, no more distance. Whatever comes next, we face it together. For a long while, they stood there in the quiet drizzle, letting the years of separation dissolve into the night. Every heartbeat, every breath shared between them, was a reminder that some connections could not be broken, no matter the time or distance. Finally, Olivia lifted her head and met his eyes. I don't want this night to end, she whispered. Nathan smiled, brushing a damp strand of hair from her face. Then it won't. Not for us. From this moment, every day is ours to cherish. The promise in the dark had brought them back, and for the first time in years, Olivia felt the exhilarating certainty that love, once true, could always find its way home. The first stars began to peek through the clearing clouds as Nathan and Olivia stepped off the bridge, the streets now glistening from the rain. The city around them felt alive yet distant, as though it had faded to let their world take center stage. Every step they took together was a reaffirmation of the promise that had endured years of separation. Nathan paused near a small, quiet cafe tucked into the corner of the street. Do you want to sit for a while? He asked. Talk, like we used to? Olivia nodded, her heart swelling. I'd like that. Inside, the cafe smelled of warm coffee and baked goods, the kind of comforting scent that had always felt like home. They found a secluded corner, sitting across from each other, hands brushing occasionally, sending sparks through the space between them. I can't believe how long we went without this, Olivia said softly, her voice almost a whisper. I thought I could handle it, moving on without you, but, she trailed off, tears glistening in her eyes. Nathan reached across the table, holding her hand firmly. I know. I felt the same. And maybe life put us through this distance so we'd appreciate it even more. Every missed call, every unsent letter, it led us here. Olivia smiled faintly, leaning closer. You were right. Some promises can't be broken. They wait. And now, we have a chance to live what was always meant to be. Nathan's eyes softened, the kind of gaze that could make the heart ache with longing and joy all at once. And I promise, Olivia. No more waiting. No more nights apart. Every moment from now on is ours. The moments we left behind, they brought us here, but the moments ahead are what truly matter. They sat together in that quiet cafe, the rain now only a soft patter against the windows, sharing stories, laughter, and plans for a future that felt suddenly within reach. The darkness of the past had lifted, leaving them with clarity, hope, and the certainty that some promises were meant to last a lifetime. The night had grown late, but Nathan and Olivia lingered in the cafe, reluctant to let go of the warmth and closeness that had once seemed impossible to reclaim. Outside, the streets were quiet, the rain having stopped, leaving the city sparkling under the streetlights like scattered diamonds. Olivia took a deep breath, her fingers still entwined with Nathan's. I can't believe we're finally here, she whispered. After all the waiting, all the silence, we made it. Nathan smiled, his eyes soft and steady. We did. And we will. No more running, no more distance. The promise I made in the dark. I intend to keep it every single day from now on. Tears welled in her eyes, but this time they were tears of relief and joy. She leaned into him, resting her head on his shoulder. "I never stopped believing, Nathan. Even when it hurt, even when I thought I'd lost you forever, a part of me always knew you'd come back. And I always knew I'd find my way back to you," he replied, brushing a gentle hand through her hair. "Some promises, they're stronger than time, stronger than fear. Ours was one of them." As they stepped out of the cafe together, the city around them seemed brighter, as if celebrating their reunion. Every step they took was a vow, a silent reminder that love, once true, could endure any test. Under the soft glow of the streetlights, with hearts full and souls aligned, Nathan and Olivia walked forward, leaving behind the years of waiting and embracing the moments that lay ahead, together, at last.